The tech billionaire reiterated calls by the US president and Russia for Ukraine to hold new elections, saying President Zelensky is despised by his people and reiterating President Trump's assertion that he is a dictator. Neville Chamberlain must be up there now, must be down there now, thinking at last a bigger fucking pussy than I was, because at least Neville Chamberlain didn't come back reading from a bit of anti-Czech propaganda that Hitler had written for him. Are we still America's allies now that America is openly using Kremlin propaganda? Trump is clearly one of the worst negotiators in geopolitical history. The first time ever an American president has criticised an ally for not surrendering to an invading army. You fucking pussyhole. Trump claiming that Ukraine started the war is like Roosevelt saying, well, what the fuck were those ships doing in Pearl Harbor in the first place? The art of the deal, eh? The great negotiator showed his hand after 2 seconds, showed the world that he'd been entirely captured by Kremlin talking points. Instead of at least pretending to be neutral so that he could get his Nobel Peace Prize, he immediately showed that he was openly hostile to one of the parties, and not the invader, the invaded. The art of the deal. Eh? The guy negotiating with Russia is a Fox News host. Although, what's the point of a functioning Defence Department if you're going to surrender to your enemy after just 1 month in office? Imagine being the President of the United States with the richest man in the world as your pet and still shitting the bed every time someone points out that you're being a wanker. And you can tell that Trump doesn't actually think Zelensky is a dictator because his nose isn't nestled up Zelensky's anus whilst giving him a reach around like he does with real, actual dictators. The UK didn't have a general election for 10 years because of World War II. That doesn't make Winston Churchill a dictator. Zelensky has not banned opposition parties, just the ones openly pro-Russian. Just like we banned the fascist party when Hitler was bombing the shit out of us on a nightly basis. Zelensky has not banned independent media, just pro-Russian propaganda. And NATO expansionism is not the reason we have this war. NATO expansion on Russia's borders stopped in 2004. So what? Russia was so annoyed that they waited 10 years to invade Crimea and then a quick 8-year breather and then on to Ukraine. Utter bollocks. And now let's see what the UK's favourite fag-smoking everyman MAGA flag shagger Nigel Farage has to say on the matter. Oh, no, he's not available for comment because he's on a plane flying off to a Trump cheerleading conference in Washington to share the stage with Liz Truss, Steve Bannon and Elon Musk, who's holding a chainsaw. Oh, no, we've got him on the line. Over to you, Nigel. Well, I think you find, if you know your history, we did have elections during the Second World War, so, yes, Nigel, you're quite right. But we waited until Hitler had blown his fucking brains out, you disingenuous, cowardly, boot-licking, Trump line-towing, cock-sucking coward. Any other comments, Nigel Farage? Well, I agree with Donald Trump. Ukraine must have elections as soon as possible. Very well. And let me ask you this, Nigel Farage, you cowardly, cock-sucking cocksucker. How on earth is Ukraine supposed to have an election with 6 million of its people displaced? Russian drones attacking them every single day, with 3.5 million Ukrainians living under an illegal Russian occupation. Hello? Hello, cocksucker? No, he's gone. Whatever you think of Nigel Farage, you may even have voted for him, but trust me when I tell you, he is an apologist for appeasement, an apologist for brutal dictators, and he is a cowardly, bootlicking, opportunist shit stain on humanity. However, nothing compared to that master negotiator Donald Trump, an idiotic, ignorant leader with a feeble conceptual grasp on reality where the politics of propaganda and intimidation are always proudly on display. Trump and his minions, including Farage, have betrayed Ukraine, betrayed a people who have courageously fought to defend their land against a bully and a murdering tyrant. And the result is an emergence of a new US-Russian axis, the end of the Western alliance, because Trump is annoyed that he was publicly called out on his lies. Maybe just maybe this is the moment where the remaining Western allies see that Trump is an ally of no one. Maybe Trump has miscalculated, thinking that everyone was just going to bend the knee. Maybe the world will see that America in its present form is not to be trusted by anyone. And anyone who does trust Trump, people like Nigel Farage, for example, a bootlicking, cowardly cocksucker who, instead of doing any work for his constituents, is right now wanking for coins on a stage in Washington, having a big fat public MAGA wank for dollar, a fucking shit stain of a man. Well, quite a week. Trump has always been unpredictable, but this week has turned Western geopolitics on its head.